that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro, like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Everybody knew him, and amateurs.
One thing I can say, though, because, I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Tio can fight.
I tell you that. Tio can fight.
The boxing world was rocked when leaked sparring footage showed Keyshawn Davis dropping Shakur Stevenson. The clip showcased Davis's sharp timing and precision, highlighting just how intense elite-level training really is. Davis later acknowledged Teofimo Lopez as a serious threat, saying he has watched both Stevenson and Lopez since their amateur days. His comments suggest that while all three have talent, preparation, speed, and strategy are what ultimately decide who rises to the top.
Against Shakur playing out, because you want me to tell you the truth, like, this fight could have been the winner's bracket fight. In other words, they're jumping to it, but at the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Tio is eventually going to start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Especially for that.
Keyshawn Davis reflects on his sparring session with Shakur Stevenson, explaining it was never personal, just pure competition. He says he struggled to land clean shots while Stevenson's counters kept finding their mark. Yet he refused to back off, knowing hesitation would only make things worse. The heated exchange earned his respect for Shakur's skill and reinforced the importance of pressure, focus, and perseverance inside the ring.
I'm confident. I'm knowing I'm about to go in here and beat him up, right? When I get in the ring, man, why I cannot hit this man, right? I cannot hit him, but he touching me. So I was like, oh, this is different.
He different.
Like, he different. So I just keep, 14, he's 16. I just keep going, So some getting through, some not, some getting through, some getting not. And I felt as if I was to step off the gas pedal, he was gonna get me. So I just had to keep going, you feel me? And I know he explained that a lot of times in interviews, like that's why he respect me so much, because in that sparring right there, I didn't respect him at all. I was trying to F him up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro, like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Everybody.
Shakur Stevenson has been grinding relentlessly throughout his fight camp, showing laser-sharp focus and total dedication. Every session is treated with purpose as he refines his technique, boosts his speed, and builds his endurance. His preparation goes far beyond the physical side. He studies opponents, breaks down tactics, and visualizes different fight scenarios to stay mentally sharp. The entire camp is built around consistency, precision, and constant improvement. With that level of commitment, Shakur is determined to step into the ring fully prepared, confident, and in peak form, ready to execute his game plan and deliver his best performance.
To play time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro. Why I keep saying I'm the best. Niggas don't want this shit more than me. I know it. I know it. I want this shit so bad. So bad. Shit easy, yeah.
Easy work.
Easy.
Always easy work.
You already know.
Always easy work.
This supposed to be a sprint.
Let's go.
This ain't no sprint.
No, it's a job. Let's go. We ready.
Keyshawn Davis reflects on his long-standing bond with Shakur Stevenson, saying their connection has always gone deeper than boxing. From the start, he viewed Shakur like a brother, even as a fierce competitive rivalry grew between them. That mix of loyalty and competition pushed both fighters to get better at every stage of their careers. They learned from each other while constantly trying to outdo one another, and Davis stresses that the rivalry was always built on mutual respect and a shared drive to reach the top of the
Family.
sport.
This is family, bro. Like I'm never, ever fighting Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's not even gonna feel right.
What were some of the experiences like with you guys growing up like as young men and young teenagers in Virginia? Like what some of those things that shaped you to know like he's my brother, man. I could never do that.
Yeah, the moment when I was like, all right, yeah, Shakur, I genuinely actually got real love for you was when I was going through my deep depression times. Even before I was going into the mental home, I used to tell my brother a lot. But then I started like backing off from my little brother because he was my little brother. I started talking to Shakur a lot about like how I was feeling and how I was thinking and what I was doing to myself. And Shakur was just giving me advice that I really like taking and like, damn, okay, I got you and stuff like that. And then I end up going to the mental home and, you know, like he calling me in there, checking up on me and stuff like that. I get out of the mental home, he pulling up on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure I get back in the gym, make sure I continue to do what I love. So
On the Ariel Helwani show, Shakur Stevenson spoke openly about his upcoming showdown with Teofimo Lopez. Known for his precision and ring IQ, Stevenson addressed doubts about whether he's ready for a challenge of that level. He made it clear he has full confidence in his abilities, saying Lopez has never faced a fighter like him. Shakur believes his mix of speed, strategy, and adaptability will test Lopez in ways no opponent ever has. Rather than getting caught up in the hype, Stevenson stressed that his focus is on preparation and execution. He explained that this fight is about proving his greatness through performance, not talk. He also said he plans to stay true to his style instead of getting dragged into unnecessary brawls. By controlling distance, timing, and pace, Shakur intends to take charge of the fight from the opening bell. His calm, strategic mindset shows the maturity and boxing intelligence that have made him one of the sport's most respected young talents.
I mean, that's their opinion. Like, you know, they could say that. But I know he never fought nobody on my level. Like, I'm 1,000,000% sure that T.O. has never seen nobody as good as me in his life.
He's talking about, like, once he gets through you, then he wants Crawford, names like that. How do you think he would do against someone like Terrence at this point?
I think he gets knocked out.
Can't even hang with him.
Yeah, he's too little. Bud is too big for him.
Right. As far as skills, though, do you think he's on par with the likes of Terrence?
I'm not gonna say he's on the Terrence Crawford level of skills, but he's very skillful. He got a lot of things with him that puts him at a high level.
One thing that was interesting to me was it seemed like you were going to move on from Matchroom, but now Eddie Hearn is involved in this, and this is a Matchroom event. It seems like, I know it's a ring card too, but he's promoting it here in the United States. So what is the state of your relationship with Eddie and Matchroom at this point?
Eddie's my guy. I'm actually not signed to Matchroom, but he's my guy. I'm a big fan of Eddie Hearn, and nothing but respect to him. But I'm glad he's the promoter that's on this card. I'm glad to share the spotlight with his promotional company.
So if he's your guy, how come you're not signed to Matchroom?
I mean, it's just business. If it makes sense, then I will. You know, if it come down to it and that's what makes sense, then we'll do it. But right now, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay, so are you just more of like your own man at this point? Your own entity?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you negotiate with the ring people, with Turkey? You just do that yourself?
No, me and my manager,
Booz Ennis, the respected boxing analyst, shared his take on the Stevenson Lopez matchup with a clear warning for Teofimo Lopez. Overlooking Shakur Stevenson would be a serious mistake. Ennis explained that Shakur's speed isn't just about quick hands or feet, it's a weapon. It allows him to control the rhythm of a fight, slip danger, and set up sharp, well-timed counters. He added that fighters who depend only on raw power, without factoring in timing and movement, often struggle badly against someone like Stevenson. According to Ennis, Lopez has to fully respect Shakur's blend of intelligence and velocity, because that mix makes him one of the most difficult and dangerous opponents in boxing today.
Pick them apart. And I gotta tell everybody this, that Wichicombe is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all that. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there, you know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Tio got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, you know, they got the weight and all that. I see Shakur box big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Moose, you know, he box heavyweights and put heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But did it all according how Till come in? Till come at him. You know what I mean? He's gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That power is speed.
Right.
So could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's puncher power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just like I said, speed is power. You know, them guys, muscle bound guys come in and they tell me, oh, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact, the punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch.
Dan Rafael, the veteran boxing journalist, weighed in by pointing to the elite resumes and contrasting styles of both men. He described the matchup as a classic collision between Shakur Stevenson's technical brilliance and Teofimo Lopez's explosive, game-changing power. Rafael praised Lopez's ability to alter a fight with one punch, while also highlighting Stevenson's discipline, ring IQ, and elite defense. In his view, those opposing strengths are exactly what make this bout so intriguing, because either fighter style could take control, depending on how the fight unfolds.
Teofimo has been a bona fide world champion in 2 divisions. He was the champion at lightweight, had most of the belts, defeated Lomachenko. He did suffer the upset loss to Kambosos. There were some physical issues there that we didn't know about going into the fight, not to make excuses for him. But regardless, he came back and even though maybe he didn't shine and scintillate maybe in some of those fights after that, when it came time to step up and take on the champ, which was Josh Taylor, he shined in that fight. So when Teofimo is matched, in a big time opponent, he's delivered, and he's done it, a number of times. And, he looked really good against Taylor. And Shakur, by the way, similar thing. He's been flawless through his career. He maybe not the most exciting at times, but Shakur Stevenson gets the job done. He has won titles from featherweight up to lightweight. When his back was against the wall, quote unquote, and everybody had big expectations, and he had a lot of pressure on him not to make it a boring fight and all that kind of business. What did he do in his last fight against William Zepeda? He stood in the pocket, he fought the guy, and he won handily. He shut him out, basically. He won like 10 rounds to 2. I mean, he fought a unification fight against Oscar Valdez, a fighter that, even though he might have been favored, thought maybe Oscar could do some damage because he was a good puncher and had a great amateur background and a great chin and all those types of things. And he went out there and he routed him also. I mean, so, these are 2 of the best young elite fighters in boxing. And their fight has been talked about for a long time. They spent most of their careers together at Top Rank, which was a fight. If you ever ask Bob Arum, he'll tell you that was a fight that Top Rank, down the road had their eye on at some point when they were going to be, closer in weight to each other. Because obviously Teofimo had started off, a little bit heavier than Shakur, but they would eventually catch up to each other. They're both Olympians, by the way. Teofimo he's American, but he fought for his parents' country of Honduras in that same Olympic Games. It was Shakur Stevenson winning a silver medal for the United States. I mean, they have all kinds of accomplishment. I do think they have a healthy respect for each other. They know each other for all the years being at Top Rank events together. They fought on the same undercard twice when the main event was Terrence Crawford, who was obviously very close to Shakur, but Teofimo was on those shows also. So, and they're doing it in the right place. This is not a fight they're taking to a place that doesn't make sense. All respect to the big matches they do in Saudi Arabia, but this is the kind of fight that belonged in America, and it didn't belong in Las Vegas. It belongs in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Teofimo is from Brooklyn. Shakur is from Newark, New Jersey, which is a 5-minute train ride from Midtown Manhattan. I mean, it's got everything you want to see. The Garden hasn't had a lot of big fights in the main arena over the last few years. The last one they had was the third fight between Katie Taylor and Serrano. But before that, it'd been, a couple years, I think, since they had a main arena fight. So
Tim Bradley, the former world champion and respected analyst, broke down the fight with a focus on its technical depth and broader impact on boxing. He said the matchup reflects how the sport is evolving, with young elite fighters now stepping up to define the next generation's pecking order. Bradley compared this moment to Devin Haney's rise, explaining that fighters like Shakur Stevenson represent a new wave built on skill, adaptability, and strategic thinking, not just raw power. According to Bradley, this bout gives both Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez a chance to prove where they truly stand, showing how today's fighters blend physicality with technical excellence. He pointed out that Stevenson sets the bar for precision, speed, and tactical awareness, forcing opponents to raise their level, while Lopez's explosiveness and athleticism must be adjusted to deal with Shakur's measured, intelligent style. Bradley added that young fighters can learn from both Stevenson's discipline and methodical approach, and Lopez's ability to impose power and stay dangerous under pressure. In the end, he framed the fight as a major moment not just for the two men, but for boxing itself, symbolizing the sport's ongoing evolution.
Yeah, I think Devin Haney setting the trend. Devin Haney setting the trend. Yeah. Yep, he's setting the trend. Now all these young guys starting to test themselves against each other now. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see who the best is, yo. And then the winner of this fight right here needs to fight Devin Haney. Why not? Why not? Keep it going. Keep it going. But anyways, look, this is a message, man. Anybody that's going to be working that hard, y'all better make sure y'all do y'all damn homework. I'm talking about any commentators, any host, anybody. Do your damn homework, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because this not going to be one of them fights where it's going to be rock'em, sock'em, both guys hitting each other and stuff like that. No, it's going to be small, little, nuancey type of things that if you don't know what you're watching, you can't tell us what the hell is going on. All the fans at home going to be like, what's going on? You know? They don't have the knowledge that you're supposed to have to give us some food for our damn thoughts. So do your damn homework on this, okay? Oh, that go for everybody that's gonna be calling this fight, because there's every offense that, or every type of any offense that's gonna be landed, it's gonna have to be earned or set up. Both these guys are intelligent, right? Teofimo Lopez is explosive as hell. He's smart as well. Shoot, you got to remember, this man was the first man to beat Lomachenko. Yeah, well before Haney. Yeah, So, look, check this out. And you already know Shakur Stevenson. You know what he bringing to the ring. Defense first. Yep, defense first. You ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna get mine when I get mine and when I want to get mine, but you ain't getting nothing. So look, y'all might perceive this fight as being boring and this and that. This is going to be one hell of a technical battle.
Another perspective in the discussion highlighted Teofimo Lopez's tendency to rise to the level of his opposition. Analysts pointed out that he's often at his best when facing elite competition, with his true ceiling shaped by the quality of the fighter across from him. Against Shakur Stevenson, Lopez is expected to operate at his highest level, requiring sharp timing, precision, and full use of his athletic reflexes. This dynamic suggests the bout will force both men to show their very best. Lopez will need to lean on his speed, power, and ring awareness to stay competitive, but the analysis stressed that his natural aggression must be balanced with discipline and patience. Against a technician like Stevenson, reckless exchanges or mistimed attacks could be quickly punished. With Shakur's ability to manage distance, read patterns, and anticipate shots, Lopez faces a demanding tactical test that leaves little room for error.
Lopez needs opponents like Shakur Stevenson because they are elite fighters. He needs that to bring out the very best in him. I just can't see how it's possible that whilst Teofimo, we've seen a ceiling with him in terms of he's been beaten by certain opponents, we know that he can lose in the ring. But I don't know if that's a genuine ceiling, because I think that his ceiling is actually one of the most changeable in boxing based on who's in front of him. And so actually, I think there's a very, very good chance we're going to see the best possible version of Teofimo Lopez in the ring against Shakur Stevenson. But we should talk about Shakur Stevenson before we get into the nuts and bolts of the fight, what it might look like, and why it's so risky for both men. Now, Shakur Stevenson is currently undefeated. He's 24-0 with 11 KOs. He turned pro back in 2017. He's the same age as Teofimo Lopez at 28 years old, both men in their athletic primes. He's 5'8". These are on paper heights, so potentially a little bit shorter. He could even be a bit taller than Teofimo Lopez.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.